Good morning.
Good morning, Jatin.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Well,
Morning.
okay, girls. Good morning and welcome. Okay, girls. Let's get started. So yesterday we talked about the mechanical transducer, also referred to as fixed focus or fixed or conventional transducer. Okay. And it only had one PCT, which was circular. And yes, it was both focused and what you want to call it, steered mechanically. Now, the next type of transducers that we will be talking about are going to be array transducers. Now, what the word array actually is, will mean that we have multiple focal points. Or we can say it's can have multiple focal points. Yeah. Okay. Now, what was going to be causing is a beam to focus. Mainly as just get to its narrowest point at different depths or different focal point. That's pretty much basically as what we mean by an array transducer. Now, in the array transducers, we mainly have these 3-4 types. One will be as what we call as the annular phased array. The other one will be as what we can call as a linear phased array. The other one is going to be it's going to be the linear sequential array. Then we have, okay, that's what we can call it curved. It can be called convex, or it can be called as, okay, the curvilinear array. And last is going to be as, okay, what we'll call as, okay, a vector array, also known as a virtual array. So these are mainly as, okay, our different types of array, and okay, yes, array transducers, which mainly mean that they are able to just, okay, focus at multiple depths. Okay. Did that make sense? Now, out of all these, yes, okay, array transducers, it's only going to be this one here, where it's okay, where we actually will see later on, just a little bit at, okay, as the focusing that is going to be as, okay, what was it? It is going to be as, okay, electronic, but the way that, okay, yes, it is going to just, okay, focus at multiple points is going to be as, okay, due to an other concept. Okay, not like any of these other, yes, okay, transducers here. Okay, now let us just get into our annular array transducer. Or we say, okay, annular phased array. Now, first of all, is going to be as, okay, you may as, okay, say shape of the PCTs, which we also can call as, okay, the crystals, or we can also call them the active elements. Now, these active elements are crystals. Well, okay, one of them is going to be round, like this. Okay, me says, okay, what is going to be? It's okay, your central PCT or crystal is going to be round, just like, okay, as your PCT for the mechanical transducer. Is that clear? So that's okay, that one is going to be round, where, okay, as whatever is going to be surrounding. It's going to be, let's say, it's okay, this one here. That is going to be, it's okay, what we can say is, okay, will be disc shaped. Okay, we may say it's okay, we have another crystal or PCT that's going to surround it as well, like this. So that is also going to be as, okay, disc shaped. We can even say as, okay, we have, for instance, okay, another PCT or crystal that surrounds it. It's going to be as, okay, disc shaped as well. But we actually are taking as, okay, or separate the PCTs, we could actually say that, okay, as the central one, which is also going to be as okay, the smallest one in diameter is going to be round, where okay, as if you look at other ones, as okay, they will be disc shaped. And actually it's okay, just get, we can say it's okay. Bigger and bigger. Well, the area that is shaded, that is actually it's okay, the PCT, we can use it's okay. And this one here. This space is empty. This one here is okay, this area here is empty. And likewise for this one here, it's okay, this area is empty. Mainly because the green PCT should be fitted into this. Those two will be fitted in here. And those three will all be okay, be fitted in here. So I pretty much okay, make something as okay, has what, mean you can say it's okay, may look like a, as okay, like a target. Or what they also call a bullseye. Is that clear?
Quick question.
Yeah.
So for each PCT, you said that it has something to fill it. Is it like it's nothing there? Because the drawing that I'm seeing now, I see the round one, I understand that. And then you
Okay.
said the disc shape for each one is, it looks like it's filled, but the center of it is.
Okay. How about the malignans? What I said was this green or pretty much okay has been filled in here. In this empty space, okay, in this area here in the pink. Clear? The green and the pink would fit in here.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
I get it.
The orange, the pink, and the green would fit in here.
I get it
So
now.
just like, oh, let me speak out. Okay. So it's made as okay, just say it's okay, the central PCT, your crystal. Okay, that's going to be around a circle, just like you were, like you had in the mechanical transducer. Where, okay, as others are going to be as okay, disc shaped or ring shaped. Clear? But as okay, what they actually do is as okay, they become bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so it's made as okay, as you say, okay, as I place the orange in here. So now that's okay. This was your pink or purple or whatever you want to call it. Here, we have a smaller PCT, which would be the orange that is placed here. Here, we have okay as a smaller PCT, which is going to be as okay for us here, is going to be as okay the pink. That's placed like this. And then we have okay at the smallest one, which is the green. So the point, ladies, here is that okay, as you see, as you go from here to here to here to here, what is it that you see? That the diameter of the PCTs is getting bigger, right? Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. But the smallest fitted into is okay, a hole in the bigger one, that those are fitted into the hole in the even bigger one, which is going to fit in the hole even the even bigger one. Good. So that's how it's okay. We actually have, you can say, all right, multiple PCTs. Okay, so that's means okay, there's going to be okay, multiple crystals. Okay, what we just did, okay, as just to demonstrate it here, it's okay, we just suffice by saying okay, 4. But you can go on and you can say, okay, that might have been okay as another one which then had just been an even bigger, yes, okay, disc-shaped PCT. Clear? Okay, but here we have multiple PCTs. Okay. Did that make sense? So
Yes.
when they are fitted, just give me a second. Sorry, girls. Okay, so we mainly okay just have multiple PCTs where okay, as we can see that the diameter or the dimension mean okay, this becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. Okay. Or where we make this okay, the smaller is fitted into the bigger, which is fitted into the even bigger, which is going to be fitted into the biggest. Clear? Okay. So now one thing, girls. Now, okay, they are round, they are circular, or you can say it's okay, even if they are disc shaped. But the thing is, we can mainly say, okay, let's just say that, okay, this one here, for instance, would have these measurements here. And we can say it's okay, wide had been, let's say it's okay, half a centimeter tall and half a centimeter wide. Clear? So we can mainly say, okay, in this instance, say here is okay that the height that's going to be as okay equal to the width. Right, okay. If we can say okay, this will be the height. And okay, yes. We can say it's okay, this here. That will be the width. Likewise for this one here. Now this will be the height, which we could say is okay. Let's just say it's okay was, let's say it's okay 1 centimeter. And okay, as this is going to be as okay the width, which also going to be as okay 1 centimeter. Okay, so the thing applies again that okay as your height of the PCT is going to be as okay equal to its width. for this PCT. Then we go on to the next one, for instance, and say that this is the height. And we can say, okay, this dimension here is okay, that will measure the width. And we can say it's okay. Let's say it's okay, that's 1.5 centimeter. But the thing is that, okay, yes, the height is still going to be as okay equal to the width. And then we can go on to the next one here and say it's okay. For instance, this one here, that's the width. This is the height. And it's okay. We can say it's okay, this may be 2 centimeters wide and 2 centimeters tall. So it's okay, it's going to be the same. That okay, yes. For this one here, that the width is equal to the height. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be as okay, one of the transducers where it's okay, the height of the PCT is going to be equal to it's okay, its width. And that's pretty much okay, it's because it's okay, the shape of the PCT is round and or circular or ring shaped. Okay, so just remember, ladies, okay, for the annular array, the width of the PCT is going to be as okay equal to the height of the PCT. For each individual PCT or crystal. Okay. And as far as okay, as the arrangement is concerned, yes, okay, smaller is figured into bigger, which is fitted into the bigger, which is fitted into the even bigger. So mainly as okay, make that as okay, target or bullseye, as you may call it. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. Now, girls, if you look at it, if you say it's okay, this is your annular array transducer. Yeah, now what remaining is okay, I can say it's okay. This is our annular array transducer. Now, if we just yes, okay, compare this to, let's say it's okay, what we did yesterday. The mechanical transducer, where the mechanical transducer is okay, we only got one single PCT. Right? Okay. But we mainly say that okay, as this PCT here is okay. Okay, now at this point, it's okay, it was at this end location here, it's okay, it remains okay, send down beams and pulses in this area here. Clear? Then we mainly say that okay, yes, the PCT may actually just okay physically move in this direction, and as it does so, it pulses out this way. Whereas okay, yes, it may physically be moved in this direction. Physically. I don't mean it's okay transferred this way. And this was mainly as okay how the steering was happening of the PCT or of your beam. Clear? Okay. For me, it's okay because it was due to okay the physical motion of your PCT that it actually is okay shifts or moves to right. It moves to the left. That was how yes, okay, our beam was going to be steered. By physical, it's okay, steering the PCT. And this kind of steering, that was what we call mechanical steering. Did that make sense?
Quick question.
Yeah.
When you're mechanically like moving it, physically moving it, is the sonographer is moving it themselves, or the beam is going by itself, like it's moving by itself, or do the sonographer has to move it in the different directions?
Now, my dear, okay, now in the old day transducer, what actually would be is okay, they would have a knob on the transducer. Where you mean is okay, would have had to rotate the knob to yes, okay, physically move it.
Okay.
Yeah, but mainly because that okay, yes, it's physically moving. The PCT or your crystal is physically moving. That causes okay the beam to be steered in different directions. That's what we call it mechanical steering. Otherwise, it means by saying that okay, as the beam is or the steering is of the beam is happening by a mechanism of mechanical steering. Okay, but in your mechanical transducer, we only had one single PCT. Now, if you look at okay as the annular phased array transducer, although we have multiple PCTs, but how are they arranged? This. Then we can go this. Then we can go this. Then we can go this way. Now all these here were our crystals. But what you mainly see is okay that they make is okay one big unit of multiple crystals. Now if the crystal or the PCTs as a whole made is okay were placed right here. Clear? The area that the beam was going to be steered in was just this. Did that make sense? So right here we can say, okay, that would have been yes, okay. Unsteered. Just like okay, as in your mechanical, whatever is okay represents the red is an unsteered beam. Clear? Where, okay, as when it goes, and the PCC is okay, goes in this direction, that is because, okay, it is going to be steered. And okay, as when it goes in this direction here, it's okay, that's going to make it cause the beam to be steered. And that pressure is okay, as back and forth movement of the PCT was what we call mechanical steering. Now for your yes, okay, annular phased array transducer. Although it's okay, contrary to the mechanical, we have multiple PCTs, but what do they make? They make us okay, one big body of crystals. Where smaller is in center of bigger, which is the center of even bigger, which is the center of even bigger. Okay. So that's okay. If it is not steered, that's okay. Your beam will pretty much okay just have been transmitted in this direction here. And you can mainly say as okay, your image shape will mainly just have been like this. Sorry. So what mainly is going to happen in the annular phase array transducer is that this whole unit of your multiple PCTs is going to just okay move this way. And as it does, it mainly is okay just send out beams and pulses. Then it's going to just okay come back and maybe it's okay just going to start again. And as it does, it mainly is okay send out the pulses on the beam. So that is also going to be, so this will be steered. And we can say it's okay. This one has okay, they will also be steered. But mainly because okay, the steering of your beam is going to happen by the physical movement of the bigger group of PCTs moving back and forth, or you can say right to left, right to left, right to left. That's why it's okay, your annular phased array transducer, as far as the beam steering is concerned, is also mechanical. Just like we had in the mechanical transducer. And as a matter of fact, this is the only annular, or this is going to be okay, the only array transducer where the mechanical or where the beam steering of the beam is going to be mechanical. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Anybody who is in doubt? So what do we mean by mechanical steering? Well, steering that's going to be as okay, we can say it's okay related to the beam. Yeah, okay. But when we say it's okay mechanical, the PCTs actually is okay physically, is okay moving in the transducer. And when it looks in this direction, it's going to send pulses out, which will form the beam. As it moves, that's okay, means okay, just the very same. Just like the light on a lighthouse. What does that do? That light actually is okay, physically is okay, moves like this. right and left or back and forth. And as it does so, yes, okay. Well, okay, it's lighted up all the time. Clear? So it means, yes, okay, it's just going to be throwing light in the direction that it is facing. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So the steering of this beam here, or the steering of, okay, yes, your beam in your annular phased array is bias, okay, pretty much, okay, the same mechanism as we have in the mechanical transducer. Which was mechanical steering. Any doubts? Any doubts? Good. Now what you made, yes, okay, now we can just skip, well, it's okay. We're going to come to the focus in just a little bit. But what do you see? That, okay, as the image shape was in both instances. But okay, we already said it yesterday that, okay, as for our mechanical transducer, the image shape was sector shape, right? The America says, okay, the part of the image here is mainly formed by, as okay, when the beam is as okay, steering straight. Whereas, okay, as this part here is from, as okay, when the beam is steering. Oh, sorry. This part here, sorry. Of the image is mean is okay from it steering left. And this one here is okay when it is steering right. Yeah. But this shape here is okay, that was what we called sector shape. I made it because okay, the beam is able to yes, okay, be steering back and forth, back and forth. How? Mainly as okay by physical motion of the PCT or crystal. Likewise, go just okay for your annular phased array transducer. But okay, as the image shape is also going to be sector shaped. So the image shape is still going to be sector shaped. Very many again can say as okay, this part of the image here was made as okay form when it's okay the PCT or it's okay the group of the PCTs were facing straight. Where okay we can say it's okay this part of the image here is made as okay formed as the PCT had moved in this direction. And this part of the image here is made as okay formed as the PCT is okay was facing alternative this direction. But the image shape is still sorry, it's still going to be as okay that common shape that we had, which is a sector shape, of which we had in our mechanical transducer as well. Plane sector shaped. Did you ladies get that?
Yes.
Good. Okay, girls. Now let's come to this, okay. In focus. Now, what we already had said was that our PCT was made up of multiple crystals. Oh, not so much. And let's take a little bright color like this. Okay, very mean, you can say this was our smallest PCT, followed by this one here is okay, being greater. This one here being greater. And we can say it's okay, this one here being the the greatest. You can say that, let's say it's okay, this diameter here was okay as half centimeter. Yes, it's okay. Just assuming I have 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. We can say it's okay. 1.5 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter. And we could say it's okay, 2 centimeters. And 2 centimeters. Now, ladies, comes just okay, because what we mean is that okay, this is an array transducer, which mainly means and focus at multiple depths. Okay, but the mechanism by which this one here mainly works is going to be that, or to determine as okay, the focal depth is going to be as okay, diameter of PCT was directly proportional to focal depth. And what do we see here for the green one? That has okay as the smallest diameter, because that's okay, that was just 0.5 centimeter. Did that make sense? Which mainly mean that this is going to is okay, be shallowest focal depth. Let's just say as okay, that it focuses at 0.5 centimeter as well. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Where we then went, okay, as on to the next one, which is this one here. We just now, okay, has a slider bigger, but it's okay, it has, okay, as yes, it's okay. A big diameter. We are at least greater than the previous one, which is going to just okay be 1 centimeter. Which means okay, we just as okay, focus at a deep depth. And let's just assume that just okay, make it confusing as okay, we said it focuses at a depth of 1 centimeter. Then we go to the next one. This is a bigger PCT, which means okay, had a diameter of okay as 1.5 centimeter. So that's going to have okay as a bigger diameter, which means yes, okay, we mean I will have a deeper focal depth, which we can say is okay, what happiness, okay, 1.5 centimeter. Did that make sense? Well, okay, when we go to the biggest one, okay, biggest PCT or biggest diameter, which we said, okay, was 2 centimeter, because that 2 centimeters wide, 2 centimeters tall. So that's going to yes, okay, be yes, okay, out of all these, yes, okay, be focusing at the deepest depth, which is just presumably said, okay, is 2 centimeters. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Right, okay. So the mechanism is, okay, the concept that the annular phased array transducer used to be able to focus at greater and greater or multiple depths is based on, okay, the concept that the diameter of the PCT was directly proportional to the focal depth, which mean greater diameter of the PCT, the greater will be the focal depth. What was the focal depth? The depth at which the beam will reach its focus. Clear? Now goals, yes, okay, these numbers, yes, okay, I just, yes, okay, made up. But the whole point is don't come to me and say, Mike, because, okay, you are given a question in the test, and you come and say, Mike, you told us that if the PCT was 0.5 centimeter, it was going to focus at a depth of 1.5 centimeter. You told us because, okay, the PCT was 1 centimeter tall and wide, that it was going to focus at a depth of 1 centimeter. The relationship here is important, that's all. Clear? That 1 centimeter or PCT with a diameter of 1 centimeter may focus at a 0.5 centimeter, may focus at 1.5 centimeter. Okay, so these numbers here are not final, but it's mean is okay just to establish the relationship. That you say it's okay, greater diameter of the PCT, greater will be the focal depth. Clear? The greater focal depth is okay at a further or deeper depth is it that the beam will be focusing. Did that make sense? Clear? Whereas for your mechanical transducer, there only was one focal point, and that was fixed. We couldn't adjust it. We couldn't make it deeper or shallower. If we want just okay, focus at a greater, a deeper or shallower depth, we might have to just okay use another transducer, mechanical transducer with that specific focal depth. Did that make sense? Any questions? So we can make this, okay, that is always okay, the focusing of the beam is going to be determined. Okay, but the reason that it's called, yes, okay, phased, the reason that is going to be called phased is that, okay, that focusing happens in phases. Now goes, what I mean, yes, okay, we already, yes, okay, briefly mentioned that when we, yes, okay, did multifocusing. Because most likely, yes, okay, whenever we have multifocusing, it is going to be phased. And the concept mainly is stated that, okay, yes, shallowest focusing or shallow focus comes first. We can say it's okay. Deeper focusing here will be second. We can say it's okay. Even deeper focusing will be third. And okay, yes, the deepest focusing. These here will be, it's okay, fourth. So mainly because, okay, the focusing happens in phases, that's why it's okay. It is called a phased array. That array means, okay, just mean multiple focusing. Clear? But the way that, and not just for this one, okay, pretty much, okay, for all of your phased array transducers. Okay, when you say phased focusing, it is going to just, okay, be in phases where first it will take care of the shallower focus or focus at the shallower depth. Then we'll go to a deeper depth, then we'll go to a deeper depth, then we'll go to a deeper depth. Did that make sense? But, it happens so rapidly that you still as, okay, see your image as, okay, as, or frames as focused at multiple points. Okay, so goes this facing here. That is just okay, where you can see it's okay that the focusing of the beam is going to be as okay electronically. Right, okay. Where you mainly can say it's okay, now the facing, that's going to be the, okay, first, this PCT here. Because they were as, okay, separate PCTs. Just put into as, okay, a big single physical unit. Right. But first, this one here will be stimulated. Oh, sorry, the green one, sorry. Is going to, the smallest one is going to be stimulated first, followed by this being stimulated, followed by this being stimulated, followed by this being stimulated. So that phase-wise stimulation, that's why we call it phased. Array just means multiple focusing. That the focal depths here is made as, okay, going to be as, okay, determined by the diameter of the PCT. Did you guys get that? Yes, ladies.
Yes.
Now, ladies. So if you just said, okay, that this was our transducer. And okay, yes, we had the crystals. With, okay, it's greater and greater and greater diameter. And we already said that, okay, yes, this becomes just, okay, our image. You can mainly say that, okay, yes, the focusing of this shallower part of the beam here is going to be as, okay, due to the green crystal or green PCT, followed by as, okay, the greater depth. This is, let's say, it's okay, due to the green or red crystals, followed by as, okay, focusing at the greater depth. Which was going to be, okay, due to the orange crystals, followed by us, okay, that's okay, our deepest depth. Which was going to be as, okay, due to the blue crystals. But when we say phased, this will be the first focus that is managed. This would be the second. This
Can I
would
ask you a quick question?
be just a second, my dear.
Okay.
And this would be as, okay, because of the fourth. Yes, my dear.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So these, all the ones we're learning now, these are all arrays, right? And so was the mechanical just its own thing?
When you say the mechanical does the same thing, what do you mean? What same thing?
So like the arrays, that's the linear, annual, and convex. So for mechanical, that's just the old machine, right? But it didn't have all these different arrays.
My dear, your mechanical transducer. Clear, okay, that was pretty much, you can say, is okay, the simplest of the simplest, because, well, okay, what we only had was one single PCT.
Okay.
Clear?
Mhm.
Okay. And if you go back and, okay, as in chapter 10, look at, okay, when we said fixed focus, that was pretty much, okay, pertaining to your mechanical transducer, which means, okay, we then that's of course we call conventional focus. So that's why I say, as okay, your mechanical transducer could also be referred to as a conventional transducer, which means that it has a conventional focusing, which okay, as was fixed. Okay, so this is only going to be able just okay to focus at one point. Now you may have a greater depth of the image, but the focal point may just be here.
Gotcha.
Which means that okay, as your beam goes, this is going to be as okay the depth at which is okay your beam will get at its narrowest. Which means okay, just makes this area here the near zone. Then you have your focus. And then you can say, okay, whatever happens to the beam over here. All this here is going to be as okay, your far zone. But it may just okay, just had one single fixed focal point. As I said, the term array mainly as okay just means that we have multiple focal points. Did you get that one here?
Yes.
Okay, so once you see the word array, there's no question about it. It is going to be as okay a transducer which has multiple focal points. Or you can say you'll be able to focus at multiple depths.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Clear?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, when we say, now, although it's okay in our annular phased array transducer, we said it's array. And that means it's okay because okay, we were able to focus at multiple depths. Clear?
Yes.
Good. The mechanism behind that was diameter of PCT was directly proportional to the focal depth. If you see as okay, means it just gets greater and greater and greater because you go deeper and deeper and deeper. So what I mainly meant to say here is okay, the beams formed by the green PCT will focus at, let's say, as okay, this depth here. Where the beam formed by the red PCT, which is greater, will focus at this depth here. Clear? The beams formed by the orange PCT will focus at this depth here. And the beams formed by okay, this turquoise or light blue PCT will focus at this depth here. Because of the size of the PCT, it became bigger and bigger and bigger. So the focal depth became deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So you can maybe say, okay, the green beam would be like this. The red beam would be like this. You can say, okay, the orange beam like this. And we can say, okay, the blue beam like this. Did that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Good. Now, when I said phased, when we say phased, that's mainly because, okay, the focusing of the beams produced by each PCT is not going to happen all at once. Okay. It's going to happen, the focusing is going to happen in phases, which you mean. And that's going to be, that's okay, the general concept. That shallowest depths are going to be focused at first, followed by greater depths, followed by greater depths, followed by greater depths. So mainly, okay, and that phased focusing, yes, okay, that's mainly is okay. What you can say is okay, that makes it, that's controlled electronically. Did you get that, my dear?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay. Just like, okay, you can say it's okay, your course is being conducted in phases. Or you can say steps. First you came, we say, okay, let's be easy with you girls. Okay, medical term. Right, okay. Then we went on to, yes, okay, anatomy, physiology. Then we went on to, yes, okay, I don't even want to talk about that one, but anyways, but then comes physics. So yes, okay, you're being given, yes, okay, the whole, yes, okay, the things in pieces. But at the end of when you're once yes, okay, hopefully one day, yes, okay, graduate, you would say, well, okay, this was your medical term, this was your EMP, this was okay, as your physics, and this was okay, the scanning modules that you got. And even if you can go to that, you can say it's okay, or a program. It's not going to be that okay, it's going to be all of a sudden. It's like take it in pieces. So it's broken up. So that's made as okay, what you mean is that's okay, giving it to you in phases. But at the end, we were able to say, we want you to be able to say, well, okay, I got all the information in pieces. But it's okay, here's the whole picture. Okay, where you use as okay, your knowledge of medical terminology, anatomy, physiology, a little bit of physics, and okay, as then your scanning capabilities. But putting those things together, she has okay, get a complete picture. And be able to scan and know what it is that you're scanning. So yes, okay, if you ever have played puzzles, okay, usually people will say, okay, let me at least that's okay, get the edges first. Right? Because those are the easiest, okay, because every that's okay piece of a puzzle on that's okay, that's going to be on the edges that they're going to have one side that is straight. But then you say, okay, now what pieces fits into yes, okay, the outer edge. Then you put those pieces. Then and okay, yes. And it is okay, you get to more and more and more and more towards the center of your puzzle. So at the end, you have a picture. Did that make sense? So you actually, it's okay, we can say it that way. You may say it's okay, we are doing our puzzle in phases. Let's first make the outer frame, and then we go from there. The way that, okay, when they say it's okay, phased, and especially it's okay for focusing, is going to be as okay, shallow first, then deeper than that, then deeper than that, then deeper than that, then deeper than that. Did that make sense, my dear?
Yes, thank you.
Right. Okay. So that was even yes, okay, what I told you girls, that's okay when we did the previous chapter, chapter 13, multifocus. It will first take care of the shallow depths, then it goes to the greater depths, then it goes to the greater depths, then it goes to the greater depths. By that, you say, okay, maybe yes, okay, because it's going to be multiple pulses that go first to shallow depth, then deeper, then deeper, then deeper, then deeper. Then we end up having more pulses, more G frame, lower frame rate, poor temporal resolution. Did that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Now, ladies, comes the question. What if one of the PCT is damaged? Let's just damage one of the PCTs here. And say it's okay, this PCT here is okay. Is damaged. That will mainly mean that no pulses are going to be transmitted to this depth here. That were represented by our orange PCT or crystal, which mainly will mean no image will be formed at this part here. So you actually will have as what we can call if this was our image. We can say okay. This was the green. This was the red. Well, yes. This was fine. Yes, the orange. And then yes, our turquoise blue here. But we can mean it as no pulses will be transmitted or focusing at this depth here, which means recall that you have this horizontal defect across the image. So it's horizontal. Defect or not defect means the defect means there's going to be a completely black zone. Why? No energy is transmitted. And no energy, no energy can be reflected from this depth. It's meaning that yes, nothing is being detected from this depth. So yes, the system is not going to be able to produce any information for this depth here, which may cause it leaves it all black. I was left in dark. I didn't know what happened here. So for your mechanical transducer, this was damaged. Yes, the whole image became black. Here we can mean it as it's going to be dependent upon us, which PCT was damaged. Clear? Yeah, you mean it's we have it's a defect along that area. If it was the green that was defective, then yes, you may have had nothing here. So we can say it's that would have been our image. Did you ladies get that?
Yes. I have a question.
Yo,
So it's just going to basically don't have no image from that depth, but it's going to continue to the next depth if it's okay.
because there was nothing wrong with the blue one here, for instance, right? Clear? So that means it still send beams out to this area here. Or you can say at least we're focusing at this depth here. But you can also say if all of these PCT here were smashed or whatever. Then yes, you have nothing on your image. And then the whole image is going to look black. But ladies, before that's okay, claiming that the transducer is damaged, increase your beam mode. Increase the brightness, because it's okay, even it's okay if your brightness is down to, you can say it's okay, 0. You may have an image that appears black. So before labeling it as okay, as a damaged transducer, and say, okay, yes, this one here is gone. At least just okay, try to increase the brightness of your image. If nothing still, or if nothing happens still, okay, yes, then you can probably say, well, okay, either the transducer not receiving electric signals, or maybe it's now it's okay reflecting it back. Either. But it's going to be as okay, you can say it's okay, the job of okay, as the technical department to yes, okay, figure out what is wrong. Okay, girls, now just take a short break. Should we say it's okay, you can take a 20, that's fine. And when we come back, we will talk about, yes, okay, what you mainly see on, yes, okay, quite a couple of pages. 170. 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Yeah. Okay. So I see you girls at 10:50. Okay, ladies. Welcome, Big Backpack. Now, any questions so far? Does anybody have any questions? All right. Now, what we already know is array means multiple focal points. Phased. Mainly because it says, okay, that the focus happens in phases. And what the word linear mean? The word linear can mean two things. What the word linear mean is mainly pertaining to a line. But we can say is, okay, there may be two reasons why, okay, yes, a transducer may have the word linear in its name. One is because the PCTs or crystals are lined up. I mean, it's okay, going to be, it's okay, side by side. That could be one reason that they may be called linear. Yeah, because what we have seen so far is, okay, whether what that was, okay, as the mechanical transducer, or whether that was, okay, as the annular phased array. Okay, we had just one PCT, or we had multiple PCTs. But at least what we can say here is, okay, that these were not, that the PCTs were not lined up side by side. Here. So one reason that, okay, I said maybe as okay, call a transducer may be referred to as being a linear transducer is going to be because that the PCTs or the multiple crystals that we have in this transducer here are going to just, okay, be lined up side by side. And other reason that it may be referred to as a linear transducer can mainly be because of, yes, the footprint. Is straight as a straight line. Because, okay, when you look at the footprint of these transducers here, they're going to be, it's okay, in a straight line. Very nice. Okay, mainly as, okay, we'll see later on, we'll see that, okay, as that the PCTs are lined up like this. Everything is okay. Okay, yes, there's a pure transducer. Is that clear? So just a little bit of, okay, that's where you mean you can say it's okay, why would we call, or why would you see the term linear in the name of a transducer? Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, ladies. Now, this transducer here or which is like our actually is okay, will refer to as me as okay. The linear phased array. And of course, yes, okay, transducer. This fellow here has, okay, yes, a very small. Well, let's say it's okay, small. And okay, yes, compact footprint. Did that make sense? So maybe that's okay if you look at it from the size of the foot eyes, okay, from the bottom, it's going to have, okay, as a footprint that's going to be like this. Which we'll say is okay, going to be as okay, relatively small as okay when comparing to the footprint of other transducers. As a matter of fact, that's okay, may not be more than okay, yes. Anything between 1 to, yes, okay, 2 centimeters tall and 1 to 2 it's okay, 1 to 2 centimeters wide. Okay. So it is okay, yes, a transducer with a small footprint. Did that make sense? Now, before that's okay, I miss it out. BKME says, okay, now that's not written in your book. But this transducer here is actually that's okay, or we can say it's a linear phase array transducer. That's actually going to be as okay, the ideal transducer to use for echocardiographs. Is that clear? Clear. And why? Mainly because of its small footprint. Mainly it's okay due to the small footprint. Because that's okay, this small footprint here is going to be as okay, small enough, or has to be small enough to fit in what we call the intercostal spaces. Now, was there anybody who was going to be able to tell me what an intercostal space is?
Spaces between the ribs.
Okay, you are 75% correct. But when I say spaces between the ribs, which ribs? Or what ribs will make an intercostal space?
Is it the true ribs?
Yeah, that are joined with, that are connected to the sternum.
Okay, then what about is okay, your false ribs? They will still have an intercostal space. From 7 to 10, those are false ribs, but they still have an intercostal space. Or when you say yes, okay, space between the ribs, my dear. And you'll be more specific. You are correct, but you just need to put that magical term in and it becomes 100% correct. Anybody?
Is it from the second to fifth?
Is it the membrane that are in between the ribs, like that space? No.
Ladies. A rib above and a rib below. So you can say it's okay, 2 consecutive ribs. So what was the magical word here?
Consecutive.
Consecutive. Because if you say space between the ribs, are you talking about a rib on the right and a rib on the left? I don't know. If you take that as an intercostal space, then okay, that is wrong. So it's going to be as okay, a space between a rib that you have above and below. That will be the intercostal space. Clear? Okay. And why is it that you don't want the transducer to be on top of a rib or on top of a bone, as a matter of fact?
It has a high propagation speed.
Okay. What's the disadvantage of that?
Is it high attenuation?
There's going to be more attenuation. So your main is okay, will not have much energy produced by the transducer, be able to just okay travel deeper than the ribs or bones. That's why it's okay, bone is okay as a bad area to scan through.
I have a question.
Yeah.
With that being said, like how would you scan like the lungs and the heart since the ribs is like
That's why you use the intercostal space,
okay.
the space between the ribs. That's an idea. You have a rib here. You have a rib here. Right?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Says okay, this could be any number. We could say okay, let's say it's okay, the third rib, this could be as okay, for instance, the fourth rib. Doesn't matter. This space here. That'll be as okay, the intercostal space. And that's mainly as okay, how this transducer here was going to be designed to ideally as okay, fit in this area here. So whatever is okay, sound beam is going to be producing is okay. Most of it will be actually as okay, be able to yes, okay, travel without yes, okay, getting in contact with the ribs, because what the ribs are going to be, yes, okay, although it's okay, they are bones, but it's okay, they will reach yes, okay, great attenuation. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So we can mainly says okay, due to the small footprint. Okay. That's mainly as okay, because okay, it will fit into yes, okay, small areas. The primary area is okay, where you need says okay, a small window to be able to scan would be yes, okay, in the intercostal spaces to get to the heart. But even yes, okay, many scans, or yes, okay, you can say it's okay, regular scans, that's okay, done on the babies or children, small children, because their size is smaller than okay as a full-grown person, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really need okay as a okay, not a big transducer. Okay, so you can actually just, okay, use this here for many as, okay, regular scannings of children and babies or infants. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Primarily, yes, okay, ladies, it's used as primarily, yes, okay, for echocardiograph. Okay, so yes, okay, at some type, because yes, okay, if you look at that cheat sheet that I gave you guys the other day, on the transducer, that's going to be as, okay, linear phased array, right? It's written there. So the main thing is that, okay, as what will you have on your practical? Different transducers will be as, okay, placed by the machine. And I was, okay, do you mind showing me which of these is a linear phased array? That's all. Okay, you may be throwing a question or so about it. Okay, what's the image shape? How does it focus? Things like that. Any crazy thing. But I'm not going to ask you those things that I haven't told you. So don't worry about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, okay. At some point, yes, okay. I would like you ladies, yes, okay, to come by the school and we can actually, yes, okay, look at, okay, some of the functions and, okay, some of the, yes, okay, transducers as well. Okay. Now, ladies, we said this one here had, okay, as a relatively, yes, okay, small footprint. Yeah. Because it's okay. Ideally, it's okay used for echocardiograph. Mainly because, okay, we use this, or we benefit from this small footprint here. So it's okay, enable us to, it's okay, fit it between, it's okay, intercostal spaces, which is going to, it's okay, be the window through which we peak. I say, because okay, the sound waves will be able to, it's okay, peek through the window. Because it's okay, around the window, yes, okay, you have wall, which is rib. And you probably, as okay, can't peek through a wall unless you have X-ray vision. Clear? Any question, ladies? Any questions? Good. Now, when we say that, okay, yes, this fellow here. Okay, yes, have a small footprint. Now, can we do it? Come, yes, okay, not going to, yes, okay, talk about something that's going to be important. First of all, is okay, number of PCTs in this transducer. Second is going to be, as okay, the shape. And okay, as although not, I guess, mentioned directly in your book, we always, okay, just briefly talk off the arrangement. Now, for this transducer, it has, okay, the number of PCT can range anything between, it's okay, 100 to 300 pieces. Which mainly means that it's going to be, as okay, anything between 100 PCTs to 300 PCTs fitted into this small footprint here. Did that make sense? So the number of crystals or PCTs are going to be 100 to 300 pieces. Now goes the shape here. That's going to be, as okay, be important. Because we say as okay, if you have as okay, let's say it's okay, 200 PCTs that were needed to be fitted into this. The shape is mean is okay, going to be as okay, what we'll call rectangular. And please mind girls, I don't say squared. So what do you mean as okay by being rectangular? In this instance here, as okay, this dimension here goes, that is going to be the height of your PCT. Where we can say it's okay, this and this is the width of the PCT. Did that make sense? So if you look at it, you can mainly say that okay, as the height that is going to be as okay greater than the width. In this instance, yes, if we say that okay, yes, the PCT finder, okay, yes, the footprint here was, let's say, is okay, 1 centimeter high. Because what we mean to have is okay, yes, you have the PCT is okay, arranged like this. What we mean was okay, yes, this height would have been 1 centimeter. Where we can say is okay, now this here is okay, that would have been yes, okay, let's say at the width of each PCT, which there's no doubt about it, is going to be lesser than the height. Now, what they mainly say is okay, the width of the PCT in this case is going to be anything between is okay, half to 1/4 or quarter of the wavelength. Is that clear? Oh, you should start from the smaller to the bigger, sorry. So if this transducer, for instance, okay, let's just say that, okay, it produced a wave with a wavelength that was, let's say 1 millimeter. That would mainly mean that, okay, the width of the PCT could be anything between 1/4 of a millimeter to, sorry, 1/2 millimeter wide. Whereas, okay, there's no doubt about it that, okay, as the height is going to be more. Is everybody clear upon that? Clear? And if you look here, and that's why I say it's okay, that's why one of the reasons that, okay, we might have called this fellow here, it's okay, being a linear transducer. Because what we mainly can say is that, okay, yes, the PCTs or the crystals were lined up side by side or shoulder to shoulder. Side by side. or just like shoulder to shoulder, like soldiers standing. Shoulder to shoulder. Clear? And mainly as okay, along a straight line that was okay represent the footprint. Did you girls get that? So please, girls, that's okay. Keep in mind that that's okay. Here we are not talking about the thickness of the PCG related to the wavelength, but it is the width of the PCG, the shoulder to shoulder dimension, or side to side dimension. The thickness was mainly as okay if you flip the PCG and looked at it from the side. Then okay, says okay, that dimension. If you look at it from the side, then this dimension here, okay, will be the thickness. That's this one here or this one here. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. So the shape I mean is okay, taking the shape and saying, well, okay, yes, the height is going to be greater than the width. That's going to become important later on in this chapter here. Right? Okay. Whereas, okay, as for our mechanical transducer, well, okay, we only got one PCC. But what we mainly said for that one is that, okay, yes, that the width of that PCC was mainly as okay going to be equal to the height. So these two here were the same. Likewise, that's okay when we say it's okay, the annular phased array transducer. Any PCC that we took, well, it's okay. The width of this PCC is still going to be equal to the height. Whereas, okay, as for your linear phased array, mainly because, okay, they were rectangular. It mainly says, okay, that the height of the PCG is going to be greater than the width. And okay, how is it that the PCGs or elements are going to just okay be arranged side by side? So maybe it's okay because they're arranged up side by side in a straight line. That's why it's okay. That could be as okay one reason that they called it linear, or you find the term linear in its name. Did you girls get that?
Yes.
Good. Any questions?
I'm confused about when I look at the picture of the width and the height.
Mm.
And how is it different from the thickness?
Or is it different from what?
The thickness.
My dear. When I'm standing up, what's the distance from the top of my head to my toes? If you measure that distance, what is that going to be labeled as?
Height.
Height. So that's right there, right?
Yes.
Clear? Okay. Then I say, well, okay, width. Shoulder to shoulder. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Good. Whereas if I say thickness, this dimension,
Okay.
front to back. Or you can say, it's okay, from belly to back, or from chest to back, or from nose top, tip of the nose to back of the head.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yes.
Clear? So this will be width. This dimension here is okay, will be thickness. Thickness we talked about in chapter number, or thickness of the PCT, we talked about that in chapter number 8, right? Here, what we mainly is okay, we'll be referring to as okay when talking about PCTs is going to be how tall are they going to be, or what's going to be their height, and what is going to be their width. Because that width of the PCT or crystal is going to determine the width of the beam at the focal point. Did that make sense? So is the height of the PCT going to, yes, okay, play a role in, yes, okay, how tall, or what's going to be the height of the beam at the focal point? Those are going to be, yes, okay, numerical values. We already said, yes, okay, the numerical value that equals the width of the beam is your lateral resolution, right? So the height one, yes, okay, we're going to come to that at a later instance. But you can have a very tall PCT that okay as whatever, or you can say, okay, you can have a very wide PCT. It can be have a great dimension from side to side. But it's okay when you look at it front to back, it may be thin as a hair. Clear? So the thickness of your PCT mainly is going to, yes, okay, determine what? What is going to be the importance of the thickness of the PCT?
Frequency.
Huh?
The frequency.
Frequency, right? Okay, ladies. Now, we can go to the image shape. And we say it's okay, although it's okay, this is just okay what the transducer looks like. We have multiple PCGs lined up like this. But, the image shape is still going to be sector shaped. Is that clear? Okay. Now comes the question. Okay, how is the beam steered? Because what was it that we actually had? Okay, had here was okay, as anything in between is okay. 100 pieces to 300 pieces of PCGs placed or lined up along, yes, okay, the footprint. Okay. So unlike, yes, okay, a mechanical transducer, or yes, okay, an annular phased array transducer, where okay, it was actually going to be yes, okay, the physical movement of the PCG or the single PCG, or yes, okay, the group of PCGs moving right and left that cause the beam to steer. That's not going to be the case here. What did we call this kind of steering? That was what we call mechanical steering. So in this transducer, and we can say it's okay for the remaining of our array transducers. The steering is going to be electronic. Did that make sense? And what's going to be the mechanism by which, okay, as your electronic components controls the steering, or yes, okay, determines the steering of the beam, is going to be as okay, phased. About what we call facing. Now, what of the blue is this facing going to be? Now, ladies, if you girls remember yesterday, I mentioned something that I said was a channel. Do you guys what would make up a channel?
It was
Anybody?
the
Yes, ma'am.
source, the wire, and the PCT.
Exactly. So we had, okay, as an electrical source. We had a wire. And then we had a PCT. This whole unit here will make up a channel. Now, what do we have in this transducer here? We have approximately, as okay, anything. The number of PCTs can range from 100 to 300. So let us just say that, okay, as we have PCT or transducer. And I mainly as okay going to try to just okay, let's bring it down a little bit so we have some more. Okay, so we said okay that we had a channel which was made up of electrical source. That source or the signals from each source is going to say, okay, we're traveling through a wire. Well, okay, it actually enters the transducer as okay through your electrical wire. But that's okay, each wire is okay, may go to as okay different or to its individual PCT. Now what this, okay, although it's okay, this is your channel. And okay, as with the multiple PCTs. I'm not going to be sitting here and drawing as okay to 100 to 300 PCTs. Clear? Now goes. If this is how it goes, where we mainly say as okay that the electrical source that's going to okay send their signals through the wire fires at the same time. That may mean that okay, as all your PCTs in this instance here is okay will get stimulated at the same time as well. And what that mainly will lead to is okay, as that the beam in this instance as okay will be steered straight. Did that make sense? Did that make sense?
Yes.
Good. Now, ladies, we still have yes, okay, we can say it's okay though. It's the same transducer with the same numbers of PCTs. But what we mainly will see here is going to be as okay phased stimulation. Now, please keep in mind, ladies, this is going to just okay be all dependent upon which part of yes, okay, the electrical source fires first, followed by next, followed by next, followed by next, followed by next, followed by next. That will determine yes, okay, whether the beam will be steered in one direction or in the other direction. So if we, for instance, say now what this whole thing is going to is okay mean. I'm going to skip to that just a little bit. Clear? Very mainly as okay, and we say as okay, that will be the electrical sources. That doesn't mean that okay that the electrical sources physically move. But this means as okay, just to demonstrate that we say that pretty much okay as this one here will be as okay the first electrical source to fire out to stimulate this PCC first, followed by this, 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 followed by this. Which made it okay, then just makes this one here. Because it's okay being the last PCC to get stimulated. Did that make sense? Did that make sense?
Yes.
And what's going to be as okay, the result of that? Your beam in this case is okay, if that's the firing pattern, your beam is going to be as okay steered this way. But how is that controlled? It is made as okay, electronically controlled. Because we say it's okay, this electrical source fires first, followed by this, 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 which may mean this PCG will receive its signal first, followed by this, followed by this, followed by this, and mainly as okay, we'll call that the beam in this case is okay, will be steered in this direction here. And or if you go in the opposite direction, like this. Which mainly will mean that, okay, in this instance here is okay. This was the PCG that was going to be get stimulated first, and this one here was going to be the one that will get stimulated last. Then your beam will be steered in this direction. Is that clear? So what we mainly will have, okay, now we already set that, okay, as our image. Here's going to be sector shape, right? But we mainly can say, okay, this part of the image here is made as okay when the beam is steered straight. We can say it's okay, this part of the image here is made as okay when the beam is steered in this direction. Whereas okay, as this part of the image here is made as okay where the beam was steered in this direction. How is the beam being steered? We can mainly say, okay, it may go as okay, let's see. This is going to be the first pattern. Because we say, okay, the beam starts as okay, being steered in this direction first. Then it goes to this one here. It will be the second pattern, which, okay, as your PCT files. Which may cause that the beam will be steering in this direction. There we can say, okay, then it goes to this one here. Be the third pattern. So we can mainly say as okay, what is going to determine the direction in which the beam is being steered. Me as okay, me moving around here as the beam, not the PCTs. Because physically as okay, the PCTs are fixed. Or you can say it's okay if I'm like this. Well, I look left, I look straight, and I'm more like. So it's okay, me, it's okay, just the movements of my eyes. Well, enable me to is okay, look right, then straight, and then this side. It's a little bit difficult to do in our command, but anyways, you get the point, right? So here is okay, your PCTs doesn't move. They stay where they are. Clear? So that's why it's okay, your steering is not mechanical, but electronic. Why electronic? Or how is it electronic? Because it's okay, the firing pattern. That's the magical word. The firing pattern in which the PCT is okay as firing, that is going to determine the direction in which the beam will be steered. Clear? But mainly because it keeps on steering from right to left and left to right. That mainly is okay. That's mainly going to be the reason that we say it's okay. If we start from yes, okay. Where were you? Saying 1, then 2, then 3, then back to 2, then 1, then 2, then 3, then back to 2, then 1, like that. That's how you mainly can say, okay, that the beam constantly is just okay going this way and then this way. But how? Mainly because of okay, yes, the pattern in which yes, okay, the what you want to call it, the electrical source fires to send the signals to the PCTs. And what actually is okay, control this whole pattern here is what we call the beamer or the beamformer. Did that make sense? Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Clear? Okay. Now, and ladies, that's okay, you will be given questions. Or you will get questions where they'll say, if this is the firing pattern, they may give a picture like this. And say, okay, now which of these here is correct? as far as, okay, the steering of the beam is concerned. There's a cheat. There's a cheat of how she has, okay, do that. So we can mainly say it's okay. Okay, let's use this color. This was your pattern of, okay, is the firing of the PCT, or that's okay, electrical source. You pretty much, okay, as just draw a line that is parallel to that. So that mainly means that, okay, as your beams will be, okay, in this case, it says, okay, the beam is going to be steering straight. Whereas, okay, you go here. Now you will mainly say, as okay, a line that goes parallel to this green line here will determine the direction in which the beam will be steered. Likewise here. Which mainly will mean that, okay, yes. For instance, okay, if this here is, okay, was our transducer. With, okay, as all the PCTs. For the purple one, this will be first, this will be last. Whereas for the light blue one, this will be the first one, this will be the last one. And okay, as for the dark green one, because okay, they fire all at the same time, it will be straight. Okay. So what you may see here, that's okay, it's all that's okay, terms that okay, as your book choose. This is an electrical spike. So is this one here. It's going to be okay, an electrical spike. Is that clear? Which mainly is okay, will determine the direction in which the beam is going to be steered at, yes, okay, you can say the given movement of time. Because you can measure this, okay, going from one pattern to another happens so rapidly in fractions of nanoseconds. And what was a nanosecond? The billionth of a second. Right? The billionth of a second. If you take that, you can say, okay, in the trillionth or a bazillionth or like a quinzillionth of a second. So this happens pretty rapidly. Is there anybody who has any questions? So this is mainly as okay, what we will mean by electronical focusing. Yeah. Okay. Now, not focus. Sorry, steering. Clear. And now let's just take okay one example. And we say, okay, yes. These here were our PCTs. Our crystals are active elements. Where we say is okay. Let's say it's okay, wires. And up here is at the end of the wires, we have the electrical source. And since that was the case, we could mainly says, okay, in this instance here is okay, our beam was steered in this direction. Now, when we call it phased steering, that is mainly because, okay, what we will have is that all they're not, okay, as mention worthy. But there's going to be, okay, we can say it's okay, a slight delay between, let's say, it's okay, firing of this electrical source to this. Which mainly causes, okay, the beam to be as okay steered in a certain direction. Clear? So that is going to be as okay, what we call a phased delay. So if we just for instance, okay, number these one here and says, okay, that this here is okay, was our channel number A. This was the channel number B, for instance. So what the phase delay is going to be, girls? The delay. Or we can say, okay, the time span between firing off channel number A and channel number B. That will be referred to as a phase delay. Did you girls get that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So phase delay, what is that going to be? Yes, okay, meaning that's okay, the time interval. Or the delay between, yes, okay, firing of one channel and another channel. Or you can say, okay, stimulating of one PCC and another PCC. Where we can say, okay, A will fire first, followed by B, followed by C, followed by D, followed by F. Probably not one of my ABCs, but you get the point, right? Okay, so the time between is okay, the firing off, okay, as you can say, consecutive PCTs is going to be as okay, what we'll call the phase delay. Did you guys get that? So from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to G, and so on. There, okay, as the pattern in which they fire will determine the direction in which the beam is going to be steered.
Just to recap, so delay, phase delay is the time firing between the PCC.
Pardon me, dear?
So the phase delay is the time firing between the PCTs.
The time between the firing of, okay, consecutive PCTs. Because, okay, they will not be firing at the exact same time. So there's going to be, as okay, a smaller delay. That delay is referred to as a phase delay. But remaining, it says, okay, in this pattern here, okay, A fires first, followed by B. Where B will fire, okay, before C. C will fire before D. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so the time between firing of this PCT here and this PCT here, that time is going to be referred to as a phase delay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Whereas, okay, as the pattern in which the PCTs are going to be firing. Well, okay, what that is going to determine is going to, yes, okay, determine your direction in which the beam is going to be steered. Or you can say it's okay, the steering of the beam. Here we just say it's okay, electronical source or electrical source. But it's okay, where all this is actually, as okay, being controlled is at the beamer, or what we also as okay, we'll call the beam former. Because all the man also okay, all dependent upon is okay, how this beam former here or beamer send out the signals to yes, okay, the PCTs will determine as okay whether the beam is going to be steered in this direction, steer straight, or yes, okay, we can say okay, be steered in this direction. Where the pattern and just would have been opposite. Where this would have been the first, And this will be the last PCC to get stimulated. For the blue, where, okay, for our dark green here, oh, let's just choose another color. Pink. That is okay if this one here was the first to get fire, and this one over here was going to be the last. Yep. So that pattern, which goes first, or have you ever, any of you ever seen a keyboard or a piano?
Yeah.
Okay, have any of you ever tried to play on a piano? Not
Yeah.
music. But you can maybe say, okay, how is that going to run here to steer your beam? You place your finger on the key over here and just go drun, and then you go drun, drun, drun. That's how, yes, okay, your PCTs are going to be stimulated. Clear? So
Yeah.
when you start over here and finish over here, that's when your beam is going to be steered in this direction. You start here and finish here. Clear? That's when your beam is going to be steered in this direction. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So if you may, yes, okay, just take, yes, okay, the keys of your piano keyboard as the PCTs. And say, well, okay, I'm going to start running my finger from here over here. That may mean that, okay, you want the beam to get steered in this direction. Then you go from the opposite side, here to here. So this is the first key. What's going to be over here will be the last key. So you go like a drum, and okay, yes, your beam will be steered in this direction. So you are the beamer playing the piano. And your music is going to, as okay, cause the beam of lights of the musical light show to be as okay, going from side to side. So as you play your music, there's a light slow. Did that make any sense? Whereas if you say, well, okay, as I got my transducer here, or piano, 100 keys to 300 keys, bam, all of them at once, beam straight. Did that make sense?
So the when it all fire at once, it will beam straight. But when it goes from one to the other, that will go in a different direction. Like the beam will go in a different direction.
Exactly. Then the beam
Okay.
will be. Okay, ladies. Now just take your lunch break. And okay, that's when we come back. We talk a bit about yes, okay, the focusing. And we will talk about yes, okay, what will happen, yes, okay, when the PCT, in this case, yes, okay, gets damaged. Okay, girls. So would it be fair to say that I see you girls back at 1 o'clock? Okay, ladies, have fun. Okay, ladies. Welcome back. Any questions so far? No? So we could say, okay, there was beam steering, right? Okay. This was the pattern of your electrical spike. Beam will be steered like this. This was the pattern of your electrical spike. Your beam will be steered like this. And if this was the pattern of your electrical spike, then the beam will be steered like this. Now, ladies, the next thing that we will be talking about is going to be beam focusing. Now, what we have done so far when we said beam focusing, if we says, okay, mechanical transducer, okay, that was going to be fixed. What was going to determine that? Well, okay, we come in and says, okay, right, I mean, it's okay, the diameter of the PCT. And or dependent upon, it's okay, the curve of the lens in front of the PCT, or it's okay, the curve on the surface of the PCT. This one here was what we call external focusing. This one was we called internal focusing, but they were both fixed. And fixed and only one single focal point. Then we said, okay, yes, our array was okay, annular array transducer. Yeah, okay, yes, the focusing of focal point or focal depths was directly related to the diameter of each individual PCT. Did that make sense? Okay. So what we have now in this case here is, well, okay, there's not going to be, okay, different sizes of your PCTs. They are all going to be okay in the same size. Clear? Did that make sense? So for us, okay, for the remaining of our array transducers at array, which means okay, able to okay, focus at multiple focal points or have, because it's okay, multiple focal depths is going to be as okay, electronically determined. Are going to be as okay, controlled electronically. Which component? Again, it's okay, the beamer, and or it's okay, the beamformer. Will determine that. Or we can say it's okay, regulated. Now, when we say focusing, we mean it's okay, just going to just okay, go at two kind of patterns. Because I mean it's okay, come down to just okay, how is it that the beams will be focused. Let me just take this first. Now, I mean that's okay, maybe it's okay because it's okay, the same transducer. Maybe again says okay that we had we have the PCTs. Like this. Now you ladies remember that before it's okay going on break, I managed to briefly mention something that is called a phase delay. Right, okay, or that phase delay, we can say, okay, that was the time or the delay between, we can say, okay, firing or stimulation of consecutive crystals or PCTs. So that's going to be as okay a vital factor in determining yes, okay, whether that's okay, a beam will focus, let's say it's okay at a shallow point or at a deep point. Now we can mainly say goes. Now let's see. That's as we may see here. Where we mainly can say that okay, yes. In this instance, that we would have a four phased delay. Which may mean that that's going to be as okay. Less time between firing off this PCT to this PCT to this PCT to this PCT and so on. Did that make sense? And what that mainly is okay will lead to is that the beam as okay, will focus at a deep depth. Or we can say, okay, great depth. Whereas if our phase delay is great, if you find this, okay, we'll have a great phase delay, which may mean that, okay, as the firing interval, or it's okay, the time interval, or the phase delay between, it's okay, the firing of this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this. PCT here is a great phase delay. Which mean great or more time between firing of PCTs. That would actually okay lead to cause the beam to focus at a shallow depth. Did you girls get that? So what remaining can say is that a short phase delay will lead to a deep focal depth. Or we can say, okay, that the beam will focus at a great depth. And vice versa is okay, we had a greater phase delay. That will actually cause the beam just okay focus at a shallow depth. Did that make sense? So, but like, okay, practically as okay, we say as okay, we want you as okay, focus at, as okay, well, okay, we will have our image. Let's take this. Then we have our image here. This is our image. And let's just say that, okay, as we have any, okay, ask the system to focus at two depths. This depth here and this depth. Here, the depth that is going to be taken care of first will be the shallow depth, followed by the deeper depth as the second depth. If you have a third, then that's going to be followed by second. If you have a fourth, or even deeper depth, that's going to be followed by that. Is that clear? Which mainly means that yes, now for the beam to focus at this shallow depth here, this will be we can say that mainly means that it will start off with having great phase delay, mainly to be able to cause the beam to focus at this depth here. And what do I mean to focus at this depth? I got the beams that are being sent out. Are going to be reaching at the narrowest point at this depth here. But that will be what happens first. So this pattern here is first to occur. Followed by this one here. Because our main is cause the beams. So yes, get to the narrowest point of this depth here. Which means mean that will be the depth at which the beam will be focused. If that makes sense. And if we had a deeper depth, then we will make it just say that yes, at that greater depth, yes, the phase delay will be even shorter phase delay, which may also lead to an even greater depth of focus, which could help me that says down here. Or here, for instance. Did you ladies get that?
Yes.
Okay. So our main is going to determine the depth at which the beam is focusing at is going to be all dependent on how long or short is the phase delay. What was that phase delay? The time interval between the firing of two consecutive you can say channels or PCTs. Did you guys get that? So that will determine the focal depth. Which was determined by the beam. And then yes, the steering of the beam. Means the directions in which the beam was being sent out. That was also yes, controlled by the beamer or beamformer. But these two things actually is will be put together. Okay, so mainly as okay to ensure that okay as the beam can be sent out in multiple directions. And also as okay at the same time as okay focus at multiple depths, or it will end up okay as being multiple depths. Because okay, but how it actually works for shallower depths, then deeper depths, then deeper depths, then deeper depths. As far as the focusing is concerned. But all that is okay, go steered, 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 back and forth. What determined the direction in which the beam was going to be steering? The pattern in which the PCGs were being stimulated. Did that make sense? Whereas if you say it's okay, what is we're going to determine the depth at which the beams was going to be focusing is going to be as okay. What was the time interval or the phase delay between the firing of consecutive pieces of PCG? So again, yes, okay, we can yes, okay, play our keyboard or piano game again. And when you say, well, okay, as I run from right to left on my keyboards and left to right. Clear? That will determine, yes, okay, how the beam will be steered. Or the direction in which the beam is going to be steered. But mainly, yes, okay, goes to get that sector shape image. We need the beam to be steered in this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction. But I mean is okay, determine that okay, we start from here and end up here. Then we go here to here. It's made as okay, just the pattern in which the keys are being just okay pressed. Or you can say it's okay, the PCGs are going to be stimulated. Whereas okay, now as you run your finger from okay, run your hand from one side to the other and from that side to the so on so. You say, well, okay, I'm going to be running it fast. What will happen? You can mainly say as okay, that okay, as by running my fingers fast, or as okay, the buttons on the keyboard or piano. Okay, what is it that we have? There's going to be a shorter time interval between me as okay, pressing this button or key versus this, versus this, versus this, versus this. That may cause the beam to just okay, focus at a deeper depth. Whereas, okay, if you run your fingers slow, dang, 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 what do you have? You have a greater phase delay, right? Because there's a greater time between, yes, okay, you pressing first key to second key to third to fourth to fourth, and so on. That would mean, yes, okay, cause your beam to focus at a shallow point. So that's okay. You're going to be running your finger or hand from the keys from side to side, side to side, side to side. So as you do so, from time to time to time to time, you yes, okay, may run it slower to cause the phase delay to be greater, and you're focusing at a shallow depth. Then you go and run it faster to decrease the phase delay and actually is okay, focus at a greater depth. Did that make sense? Or did that analogy make it? Whereas if you say, well, okay, yes, for a mechanical, well, okay, I can only run at one speed. Right, okay, I can only, yes, okay, run at one speed. Because, okay, my focus point was just at one depth. But as a matter of fact, that's okay. You can mainly say, well, okay. You only have one key on that piano that is working because you only have one PCT. Any questions? So beam focusing and beam steering gotta be put together because okay, they work together. Okay. Now you can have this transducer here and say, well, okay, it enables me to focus at one point or at multiple depths. I don't have to. Why? Mainly because, okay, the nature of the test that we are performing or the structure that we are performing is okay, may require me to just okay, focus at one depth. Okay, when would you focus at just one depth or try to keep your focal points low? A number of focal points low. And that will be Dr. Nicole that should tell me that.
I don't know.
Yes. Dr. Nicole, when would you keep the number of your focal points low?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
You don't know. Okay. Is there anybody who knows? Or at least want to take a shot?
When you're scanning the heart to improve temporal resolution?
Mainly it's okay if you want to, it's okay, exactly. Okay, look at, okay, as the any structure that is moving. Or you can say it's okay, changing its position, right? Or shape. Clear? So you setting a focus, or that's okay, just one focal point, you will tell you mean as okay, convey the message to the beam and say, well, okay, listen, buddy, this is the point where I want you to focus at. Now you just fire the pulses that's going to just okay, make the beam in a pattern with such a phase delay that okay, as they will merge on to yes, okay, and focus at this depth here. Did that make sense? Okay, and please, ladies, when we say focal point, that doesn't mean that it's only going to be as okay, let's say, this part of your image that is going to be focused on, or this part of the image that is going to be focused on. It's going to be as okay, the entire depth. Right. Or focal depth, sorry. Although it's okay, we can say it's okay in echo as okay as an M mode that we said earlier. If you just had one pulse. But then it's okay, avert. Maybe it's okay, checked on the movement on the structures in the course of this beam here. But even in that, just okay, you will still say, okay, just one focal depth, for instance. At this depth here, it's going to be the depth at which the beam will focus at. And the reason that we say it's called a focal depth is because, okay, that is set, or you can say it's okay, your focal points are set at different depths. But the thing here, ladies, is that you have to put steering and focusing together. Is there any questions? No, that's okay as far as okay as this fellow here is concerned. Which fellow is okay? Or linear phased array transducer. The question is, what if a PCT is damaged? Now we saw that in okay, as for instance, okay, our mechanical transducer that okay, as if the PCT was damaged, well, okay, as the whole image is blacked out, right? Or you can say, okay, there's no image. In our annular phased array transducer, maybe had okay as multiple PCTs. And we said, okay, yes, this was responsible for focusing at this depth. Sorry. This depth. This depth. And they say this depth. And we, for instance, okay, damage this one here. Green one. We will add, okay, as a black area as okay, hyperquick area across as okay, the area we have the which was being as okay focused by this PCT because that was damaged. But for your linear phased array, we say, okay, this was the PCT, or this was the transducer. And we can say, as okay, with the PCTs. Let's just say, it doesn't really matter. Let's just say that, okay, this PCT is, okay, he is damaged. Or you as, okay, the wire is broken. Right, okay. Or you as, okay, if that specific is, okay, subunit of, okay, as the electrical component here is not working, whatever. The reason is this PCT is, okay, is not firing. And this was just, okay, our image here. All more correctly as, okay, they were all sector shaped. So is this one here. Now, this is made as okay going to be the only transducer in which we mean as okay will be actually saying that okay as that the defect of the image is going to be as okay inconsistent or as your book referred or as okay erratic. Which means as okay mean that there's not going to be as okay a fixed pattern by which we'll be able to as okay or defect that will specify okay this was this PCT here is okay that was damaged. Clear? You can even say as okay maybe as okay who knows as okay that okay that effect is dancing across the screen. As okay as this here is okay, for instance, okay, maybe firing in this way, this way, this way, this way, along with okay the other PCTs. It's difficult to say, but please remember that okay as there is going to be as okay erratic, inconsistent, or as okay what we may say as okay chaotic. So yes, okay, we are not going to be able to just okay determine that this is the PCT that may not be stimulated by looking at the image. Clear? But that only applies to your linear phased array transducer. So things that are unique are being asked about. Officially, I didn't do this, okay? So what did that tell you? What does that tell you?
Coming to you on the midterm.
It can be as okay on a kick or a kim or a kif. Okay. Okay, ladies. Now, if you understood this discussion here today, at least, okay, what we have been talking about is okay, it is early, I can say it's okay, late morning and early noon or afternoon. It's especially as okay, when we talk about it's okay, focusing and steering for our upcoming transducers is going to bring yes, okay, be copy and paste. Okay. There may be as okay, some you can say it's okay, small specific points that you just may need to note for each individual transducer. So that will be the points that I will tell you, but otherwise that's okay. Electronics, because from now on, it's okay, as you can say, for the remaining transducer, your focusing is going to be steer, it's okay, electronic. And the steering is going to be electronic. So how that works, yes, okay, we just talked about that. So is there anybody who has any doubt about it? And why do we say electronic? Because it is controlled by the electronics of your system.
So when a PCT is damaged with a linear phase, it will be inconsistent, chaotic, and then
Yeah.
what else did you say?
Well, okay, we just like, okay, yes, in your mechanical transducer, we come in as, okay, look at the image and say, well, okay, this doesn't look good. Because, okay, we have no image, which made it mean, okay, there's something wrong here. Clear? Did that make sense?
Yeah, so it won't be no
Okay.
image.
Exactly. But that's when I talk about your mechanical. In your annular phased array transducer, we say, okay, well, we see, okay, as a defect across the screen like this. Or it's okay, we can say, okay, more of a horizontal defect across the screen at a depth. So that means we're just going to say, okay, well, it'll be easier to say, okay, it's most likely to have been this PCT is okay, that was damaged. Did that make sense?
Yes.
If for your linear phased array transducer, we really can't, by looking at, okay, whatever is, okay, crazy things may happen on the image. Say, okay, it is this PCT that is damaged, or it is this PCT that is damaged. Which may mean, okay, as if either of these, either one or two was damaged, it could lead to, yes, okay, the same, yes, okay, defect on the image. So that's why we can mean says, okay, that there's no consistency between the damaged PCT and, okay, as the defect that it will show, or where and how it will show it on the image. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Clear? That's pretty much about it. But as okay, as I said, this is the only transducer where we can say, okay, that okay, as it's going to be as okay. This kind of behavior due to yes, okay, plus is okay, damage PCT on the, or is okay, defect, or is okay on your image. Any further questions?
So the image will not be clear, like it's just going to look.
My dear, none of your images are going to be clear. You ladies are going to be as okay depressed when you see the pictures on an ultrasound.
Are you saying-
If you can't wait, Google some images of an ultrasound. Here, my dear, can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what your pictures are going to look like. So that's okay. That's why I keep on saying you'll be as okay.
And that's just regular. That doesn't mean that the PCT is damaged.
No, no,
That's
no.
just-
This is a regular image.
Oh,
That's what your images will be looking like.
oh,
Oh shit! You got to figure out what the hell you're looking at now.
right.
The
At
thing
least
here
when-
is okay. Listen, the thing is, what they mainly is okay. That by looking at the defects on your image, using this transducer here, you will not be able to say as okay, which PCT or which group of PCTs are damaged. That's pretty much okay what it means. And that's why I told you as okay, that's why I went down, okay, this for the mechanical damaged PCT, you are okay, no image. Annular phased array, or okay, if one PCT is damaged, you are okay, you will see as okay, that kind of defect across the image. So that's okay. As we go on to other transducers, that's okay, we will see as okay, defects on the images due to as okay, damaged PCTs. But the only one where we are not going to be able to just okay, say, okay, whatever we see here may indicate that okay, this PCT or this group of PCTs here are damaged. Is going to just okay be your linear phased array. So that's why they say it's okay that okay the defects on the image is inconsistent when relating to just okay the damaged PCT or group of PCTs. When you're saying consistent, that okay there's no real clear that's okay link or way to say which PCT is damaged or which group of PCT is damaged. Because two different PCTs is okay, you can say it's okay, at two different areas on the transducer may produce as okay, you can say a similar defect on the image. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So things that are unique are kiffed, kimmed, and kicked. So girls, you have some reading to do. Okay. And please, as okay, there's a lot of just okay, some good, nice diagrams in your book. And not only read the look at the diagrams as you read the text, also read the text underneath the diagrams or figures. Because it pretty much tells you as okay, what each diagram here shows you. Or it explains the diagrams. Okay. But we can say, okay, this is mainly as okay, the basic concepts of how electrical steering and how electrical focusing happens. So tomorrow is okay, we'll talk about is okay, our remaining linear transducers. Because it's okay, get off with our transducers. Okay, ladies. Okay. Have fun, stay blessed, and take care.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.